Hi everybody. Alright, so I have been doing a bit of Warmaster on Tabletop Simulator, and some people are like, hey bro, where'd you get that? So, I'll quickly do a video show you where you get it. So if you're on Steam, you just search up Tabletop Simulator. It does cost some money, unfortunately, but once you get the app, well, what's that? Once you get the app, the actual games are free, right? So, some games are you buy whatever. The one for Warmaster is free. So once you've got that installed or whatever, right? You can come to your library, and in here you see it's got Workshop. You click Workshop, and you search in this search bar here, Warmaster, and some very lovely people have put, the Warmaster things. You'll need a Warmaster table. And you need an army or two to play with, right? And once you just tick what you want, add. So, let's say I want to add some Dark Elves, Warmaster Revolution Dark Elves. You tick it, and that'll be added to the thing. And you can see when you actually load it up, you've got Warmaster mods are up to date, etc., etc. So it's the mods that it's doing. So if we come back to the library, you're just going, once it's installed, you hit play. That's going to open this, and then you're just going to create a game. Now, you can do it with other people if you want to, do whatever. I'm just going to do single player for now because it's easier. And then when you're in here, you click War Workshop, whatever that one is. Then you pick your Warmaster table. Obviously, there's a couple tables that you can have running. Let's do table C. Load. Now, I don't know what I'm doing here, but it's freaking out a whole bunch of stuff. So I just close these. Close. Sometimes it wants to import stuff. If you keep clicking import, it just keeps importing. So I've started just clicking close. Press import, update. That's fine. If it will let you do it. And this, I'm pretty sure this only happens the first time, right? Because it's trying to get all these files and stuff. But sometimes it's it failed to load. So if it's failed to load like that, just close it. And then close it. And then close it. Come on, man. Stop messing me around. And then the reason why it wants to load Google is because these ones, they've put a tablet there, so you can search stuff within the game. So you can say yes or no, whatever you want to do. In this case, you've got your tables. If you don't want the grid, you go in options and go grid, and then just go show lines and turn it off. And then ta-da, you don't have a grid. And then these zones, if you click, where is it? Zones, you just click it, and then just delete. The reason why they're there is so that you can do hidden deployment from your your whatevers, and then if we don't want this, just move this out of the way, whatever, chuck it over there somewhere, and then you've got your dice down here, and you say you want to do your command roll your dice. It tells you what you got. Press clear. Happy days. You got measurements. The only thing I found with some of these is instead of measuring, you can also measure here. They've set them up in inches rather than in centimeters. So you just got to imagine it says centimeters instead of inches, right? You've got tokens, things like that. The only problem you then have if you're brand new to this. Oh, the other cool thing is you've got, just before we get onto the problem you're going to have, you've got the two rule books, right? So you've got, oh, there we go, yeah. So you've got this one, pop out, and it'll give you the full rulebook here. Happy days. And then likewise for armies, pop out, and you can see the armies. Now, I don't know how up-to-date this version of the army book is, but 1.1. So, they might be older versions, but, worst case, they're there. Apparently, there's also faction dice and stuff you can do. I don't know. I haven't played around with all that. But you're like, hey, how do I get the armies? So what you have to do now, there's probably an easy way to do it. In fact, if I go modding, workshop, upload, cloud management, scripting, I don't know. If I just go to the way I have been doing it is like this. So I create a new game, and then in the workshop, I am just loading in let me find, what did I click before? Dark Angels. Not Dark Angels, Dark Elves. High Elves, where are the Dark Elves? Has it added? Yeah, there we go. So I just open that, load. You can additive load stuff, but I have found that it kind of puts it in a wonky spot. It's not always the best way to do it. But we let all these load so that they're nice and pretty. Oh, it looks so pretty. Ooh, those harpies are a bit ooh la la. That's not kosher. Yeah, there you go. Dark elves, baby. And then you just select them all. And then right click and go save object. And then I'm just going to save it as Dark Elf Army. Save it. And so then we exit out. Once that's saved, when we're in our game, then that will be saved. Has it saved it for me? There we go. Warmaster. Let's load that up. Loading complete. So I can then add objects by clicking objects and go saved objects. And then we've got our Dark Elf Army. And there it is. Though you might decide that instead of dragging them there, you might want to drag them over to, like, you know, one of these spots or whatever side you want to put them on. And then from there, you want your spearmen. You select your 3 spearmen. Well, select 3 spearmen, please. Copy, and then you deploy them. Paste. You want them to rotate. The only thing about the rotation is it does, like, I don't know, 5 degree, something like that. So getting them to line up exactly perfect might be a bit fiddly, but you can, you know, work on that, whatever. You know, you deploy them how you want to deploy them. So on and so forth. Likewise with the hills and stuff. Also the trees I found to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Let's see if it'll do it for me this time. If you click clone, it'll only copy like one of the items. Yeah, there we go. But if you click copy and paste, and I'm just like Control-C, Control-V for that. So there you go. Ta-da! Does this one have the rulebook? This just the basic Warmaster table doesn't have the rulebook. But the other ones, A, B, C, D, E, have. So there you go. That's how you do Warmaster on Tabletop Simulator. It costs like $20 or whatever Australian to get the Tabletop Simulator. But then from there you can do that. And as you've seen in my games, like, you know, there's tons of games there, as well as, like, you know, Kill Team, Bold Action, all that stuff. You know. So I hope that video helps. Yeah, there you go. Where's my turn it off? There it is. Bye. Ciao for now.